All right. Before we get started talking about Anthony Joshua and everything, I just want to address a few comments that I was getting from the actual review of the fight. Okay. First thing, there was a few people that kept saying in the comments that Deontay Wilder is not the best American boxer. I meant heavyweight American boxer. Okay, so my apologies. For the people that's been listening to my videos, you absolutely know that I wasn't saying that he was the best American boxer. I meant heavyweight boxer, okay? So I thought it was, I guess only a couple people said that. I think the most of the people that watched the video knew what I was talking about, okay? Second thing, the word robbery. It's not a term that I use so loosely on my channel. I never did. And it's not a word that I brought up in my post-fight review. And it's not a word that I put in the title in order to get more views or anything like that. It was just a regular review of the fight. I didn't use the word robbery in this because even though I felt that Tyson Fury won the fight, and I thought it was pretty clear that he won. There's a difference between me thinking that someone clearly won a fight and saying the word robbery, like he got robbed. Okay. I did think the fight was close if, because of the knockdowns. Because you're getting an extra point because of those knockdowns. Okay. And I said in a video that I think the 11th and the second round were very, very debatable. And I gave one of those to Tyson. I actually watched it again. I'll give Wilder the second in the 11th round. But I thought it was pretty clear that Tyson, in my opinion, I thought it was pretty clear that Tyson was winning these rounds because even though, and I know people kept bringing up CompuBox, I'm judging a fight based on what I'm seeing. CompuBox, listen, CompuBox, I don't bring up CompuBox because there are fights where I've seen CompuBox say that a certain fighter landed more or X amount of shots. They'll say that this fighter landed 20 shots in this round. But then when I watch the fight, I see that the fighter only threw 18 shots. I watch it in slow motion. I've seen that plenty of times since I've been doing this. So I don't bring up CompuBox. I see the shots that were landed in the round, and I count those, depending on how good or accurate or how clean the shot was. And I thought that Tyson Fury displayed a great level of defense, and I've given him credit for having good defense and landing more shots at that. Was it much more? No. Did he do a lot? No, he didn't. But he did enough to secure each round because Wilder is missing almost all of his shots from what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. Now, as far as the robbery, this is where the robbery comes in. This is for the people that think this was a robbery. This is where the robbery comes into play, and this is where I agree with. You have a judge that scored it 115 to 111. This judge gave Deontay Wilder the first 4 rounds. This judge thinks that Deontay Wilder actually won more rounds than Tyson Fury. All of the people that thinks this fight was close or think it was a draw, I've yet to hear anyone say that Deontay Wilder actually won more rounds. I have not heard anyone say that yet. And I've listened to a lot of people. I'm not talking about YouTubers. I'm talking about the people that were actually there in the post-fights, the immediate post-fights. I have yet to hear one of them say, I think Deontay Wilder won more rounds. No, I hear them all say, I think it was close. Even the ones that picked Wilder, I'm giving the fight to Wilder because of the 2 knockdowns. But Tyson Fury won more rounds. I'm hearing that all of the time, just about. And these are the people that think that the fight was either close or they edged it for Wilder. But I never heard someone say Deontay Wilder won more rounds than Tyson Fury. That's where the robbery talk comes in because of that one judge. I was cool with the other two scorecards. One had it a tie. One had it 114 to 112 for Tyson Fury, which is what I scored it, 114 to 112. I thought it was a clear 114 to 112. Okay? I understand that, people think some of those rounds, that's your opinion. I didn't throw the word robbery around. But what the robbery comes in is this judge that pretty much had the scorecard prepared before the fight even started. I believe he did. To have it 115 to 111 for Wilder, you're saying that Tyson Fury, in your eyes, only won 5 of those 12 rounds? I thought that was ridiculous. That's where the robbery comes into play. Because now we have a judge here that I personally believe that he was there to give Wilder the fight, regardless of how it went. If he landed one shot at all in the round, they gave it automatically to Wilder. That's just how I feel. Okay, and I think that's how everybody feels. I think that's how everybody feels. No one was out here saying that Wilder won more rounds. Nobody was saying that. Probably a few diehard people on YouTube, but that's just about it. Now, Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua fought these two on Saturday, I'm saying not in general, but if they fought these two on Saturday, and I'm saying Saturday because this is a Tyson Fury that is still coming off a long layoff. All right, this guy blew up to whatever 400, 500, whatever amount of weight he was. He blew up in weight. He was on drugs. He had mental illness going on. He had a bunch of stuff going on. All right, he hit rock bottom. So this is a guy that came back, fought 2 guys, didn't look impressive doing it, and was able to cut down in weight and fight Deontay Wilder, an active Deontay Wilder, a Wilder that is just coming off his biggest win. If Anthony Joshua were to fight him and Wilder that Saturday, I think Anthony Joshua would have beaten both of them. Now, as far as Tyson Fury, if he stays active, whether he fights him in a rematch, whether he goes back and just stay active, whether he fights Joshua, whether he fights whoever, if he stays active and continues to get back in his best shape, I think he would be a problem for Anthony Joshua, without a doubt. He's a problem regardless. But Anthony Joshua would have beaten that Tyson Fury that night, because even though Tyson Fury displayed great defense, offensively, he didn't do enough to beat Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. And Anthony Joshua has a much better offensive arsenal than Deontay Wilder did. Anthony Joshua has shown me over these fights that he can make adjustments in the mid-fight, and he fights differently depending on who he's facing. When he faced Povetkin, we're seeing a different Joshua from the Joshua that we seen face Parker, and a different Joshua against Klitschko, and so on and so forth. It doesn't always look great. He didn't look great against Takam. He didn't look great against Parker. Right? But depending on who he's facing, there's a different Anthony Joshua in that fight. Some are more exciting. Some of these fights are more exciting, but he gets the job done. And that's why I think if he were to fight Tyson Fury, I think he definitely would have not only would he have caught him more than Deontay Wilder, but I think he also has the power to either knock Tyson Fury out or at least drop him as well at some point of the fight. And I think he had a better chance of winning more rounds. I don't think Tyson Fury is at his best. No, I don't think any of us believe that Tyson Fury is at his best. But he still did enough to win almost, at least the majority of those rounds in that fight against Wilder. Because Wilder only had one trick. That's all he had. It's the right hand. And he kept missing all night. He landed clean 2 times and knocked Fury down. One wasn't even clean. One was like more, it was a debatable. I've seen fights. I mean, look at the Adonis Stevenson fight. And I wish the best for Adonis Stevenson, what he's going through right now. I didn't even, bring that up because I did find out kind of late. So I didn't do a video on that. But outside of what Adonis Stevenson, I hope he pulls through and make it strong. Outside of that, Adonis Stevenson got a pass for getting knocked down early in that fight with a clean shot. Maybe he was unbalanced, a little unbalanced, and maybe he wasn't really that hurt. But that was a much cleaner shot than the one that Tyson Fury got hit with when he went down in that first fight. The first knockdown. All right. So with all that being said, I think Joshua that night, in Fury's current state, Joshua would have beat him. It would have been too soon. I thought it was too soon for Tyson Fury to fight both of them. But I'm pretty damn sure now, without a doubt, that Joshua would have beat Tyson Fury that night. Now, when it comes to Wilder, I've been back and forth with this channel. I've made videos where I think I've been back and forth, depending on the fight. Just earlier this year, I was thinking that Wilder would beat Joshua. And then I think last year when I made videos about this fight, I said Joshua would beat Wilder. I've always been back and forth between these two because I just feel that Wilder is just so dangerous unless you're able to really get him out of there. You're always in danger of fighting him. And it proved it. We proved it again in this fight. He proved it again in this fight. I believe he was getting dominated. And he still found a way to knock down Tyson Fury 2 times. He's always dangerous as long as he's still fighting. He's always dangerous. And he's a guy that is very hard to get back up from. Tyson Fury was, he was the first to really get back up. I know Severn got up in the first fight that they had and continued on and survived the entire fight. But the way Wilder hit him, it was a hard shot. And for him to get back up from that took a lot. I don't know too many people that can do it. We've seen Joshua show heart. He got back up against Klitschko. He's been rocked in fights. Okay, Dillian White rocked him. Povetkin rocked him early. Okay, but round by round, Joshua would have no problem beating him on points. Round by round, no problem. I know the defense of Joshua is not nowhere near as Tyson Fury, but it isn't bad. It's much better than Wilder's defense. But you have so many other things to worry about. Like Deontay Wilder fighting Anthony Joshua, you have so many other things to worry about as opposed to what Joshua has to worry about with Wilder. Wilder, we already know what he's bringing. He doesn't have an arsenal. He doesn't have the arsenal that a lot of the fighters that Joshua already faced have. He just doesn't. And we've always said this about him. But now, when something is not working for you, like we literally saw a fight where your right hand is not landing. This guy sees it coming before you even throw it. He saw it coming all fight long. And you did not adjust in one thing. And then a few things that you were doing well early, like the body shots, the jab and the right hand to the body, which I thought was really good that you were doing. You were so eager to knock him out that you just totally disregarded it and just kept going with the big right hand and you wanted to get one big shot. You fight a guy like Anthony Joshua, he's going to be bringing different things. And he's going to be, offensively, he's better than Tyson Fury. Defensive-wise, no. It's easier to catch him. Yes, you can catch Joshua. But if you're just trying to look for a right hand, I think Joshua has a better chance of knocking out Deontay Wilder than Tyson Fury or Luis Ortiz. Because the thing with Ortiz is he had a good chance. But age played a role in that fight. His medication, the whole stuff with his medication, his age, he got tired, Luis Ortiz was done after he didn't knock out Wilder. When he hurt him bad, he was done after that. He didn't have much left. And Wilder got a pass because they gave him extra time to recover after that. So me personally, I think Joshua would have beat both of those guys that night. I said in the review, I thought Wilder would come in with a little bit something new, being that he's fighting this level of a fighter, this quality of fighter, I thought he was going to come in with something new. And I was like, all right, I like the jabs to the body. You know, I like the shots to the body a little bit. But he didn't continue. And he actually got tired out before Tyson Fury did. And a lot of you guys said that in my review in the comments. A lot of you guys were like, Wave, Wilder's been fighting like this for 40 fights. What were you expecting him to come with? And you guys got a great point. You guys are absolutely right. And I responded to a few of you guys. I said, you guys are absolutely right. I think Joshua would have beaten the both of them. And I think I got Joshua beating Wilder. I think Joshua can beat Wilder. You know? And I think when it comes to Fury, I don't know how long that fight is going to take to actually happen. You know, but I think Joshua got a good chance of beating Fury too. I think he would have beat him Saturday. But Fury gets back on his game and he gets back 100%, we might have to revisit that discussion because I want to see what Fury does from here on. But I also think that Joshua could catch him too. I think Joshua, a lot of tools. It's a lot of things he's going to do in that ring. And he could switch up his style real quick. We saw that in the Povetkin fight. That's what I like to see. I don't like to see a fighter just going to keep doing the same move over and over again. Wilder got lucky with those knockdowns. He really did. Because it only became debatable because of those knockdowns. But he was getting outclassed in the ring. So, I think I spoke on, I don't want to address too many things that was said. There was a lot of bullshit that was said in the comments. I'm not responding to like some of the nonsense that I read on there. But I think Joshua would have beat both of those guys Saturday night. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll see you guys on the next one. I don't think I'm doing any more videos on this fight right now. It's nothing really. I saw all the press conference stuff. There was nothing really said. A lot of the two of them showed a lot of respect for each other. There's nothing crazy that I really felt like I needed to address. I just think that the judge that scored at 115-111 definitely in that sense made it the robbery. The actual fight, the actual decision, wasn't really mad at. I thought Tyson won, but I knew as soon as he got knocked down 2 times, it was going to make it closer. But once this guy came out with 115-111, I'm like, dude, your scorecard was done before this fight started. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.